In this video I'm building my own analog camera and I will share the resulting photographs. As a lover of analog photography and DIY projects, I couldn't resist the Konstruktor camera of Lomography. The Konstruktor is a 35mm single lens reflex camera that you have to build from the ground up. Lomography has some fun point and shoot cameras, so I was curious about the quality of the results. The first part of this journey is building the camera itself. You get all the plastic parts and an instruction manual. It's very doable even for a clumsy person like me. The package comes with a screwdriver, but mine broke really fast, so it's safe to have another one near you when you start assembling. And it can be quite a tedious construction, so make sure you're in the right mood and have time for this project. It's so nice to see the inside of the camera because I never thought about the mechanics behind it. And after finishing the construction, you can customize it with some included stickers. Wow! The finished product should look something like this. It's a 50mm lens and the fixed aperture is 10. It has two shutter speeds. N stands for 1/80 and B stands for bulb. I can already tell you that I never use the bulb function. Sorry. During a trip to Spain to create content for The Messy Chef, I seized the opportunity to test the Konstruktor. Right before we went to check out Malaga, I loaded it with the 200 ISO film roll. That seemed the perfect option for the sunny conditions. Because the shutter speed is fixed and the ISO depends on the film you're using, you need to have a light meter to know which shutter speed to use. Luckily, there's an app for that. It's well named and it's called Light Meter, without the vowels. You can take a picture of the view you want to capture, adjust the ISO and aperture, and hope that the shutter speed ends up around 80. To be honest, once I knew it was kind of okay, I stopped using the light meter and just hoped for the best. When I was using the camera, I noticed it was kind of hard to level it. The viewfinder is mirrored and it's also pretty vague. But I have Lightroom. The vagueness of the viewfinder also makes it hard to see what you're focusing on. Because of the fixed aperture at 10, there's a bit of wiggle room. I like the happy accidents like this double exposure, but in hindsight I'm not so happy about the pictures I took. I had a lot of fun with the camera, but before I knew it, the film stopped turning. Instead of the 36 pictures on the roll, I got 11 pictures back from the film lab. Luckily, that went way better when I took the Konstruktor with me to the Lofoten Islands in Norway. That time I got 36 pictures back, so I must have done something wrong in Spain. That trip was also to make a lot of content for The Messy Chef, so I first focused on that. The surrounding was so beautiful that I wanted to make sure I came home with some beautiful pictures taken with my digital camera. But I really wanted to test the Konstruktor in this very different landscape, so I almost shot the whole roll on the way back to the airport. Luckily, every part of the Lofoten is super pretty. Just like the pictures from Spain, I prefer the happy accidents. Every film burn or double exposure gives it a little more character. Hopefully I can do that stuff on purpose in the future. So it was a lot of fun and educational to build this camera and the results are very nice memories. Of course, I wouldn't take this on a trip with me as my main camera because the output is very unpredictable. Let me know in the comments which camera should I try next.